is up, my dude and dudettes, and welcome back to TellerTube. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the subreddit r/EntitledParents. If you're new to my channel, smash that subscribe button as it would really help me out. Let's dive in.
You're going on vacation? Take my kids with you.
My boyfriend's cousin, his paternal uncle's daughter, has 4 children. Each of her kids is the personification of the word bratty. The said cousin refuses to discipline them and constantly makes excuses for their behavior. She's also very judgmental of our decision to not have children. She has often made some snide comments towards me, implying that I am the selfish cow who is depriving my boyfriend of the joy of raising children. For these reasons, and for her generally entitled behavior, my boyfriend had cut ties with her. However, when he and I visited his parental home 3 days ago for his parents' anniversary celebration, we ran into her again. My boyfriend's dad had urged him to use this occasion to mend bridges with the cousin. So we both tried to make nice and engage in small talk with her. During our conversation, boyfriend mentioned that we were leaving for Melbourne for vacation in a few days. At this, cousin's eyes light up.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun,
She said.
My husband and I haven't gone anywhere since our honeymoon.
She whines some more about how hard it is for them with 4 kids. If only they could afford such luxuries, etc, etc, etc. I could tell where this was going. My boyfriend probably felt bad for her and, being the kind and generous soul that he is, offered to buy them a weekend in a resort in Mount Abu, a hill station in the Indian state of Rajasthan. Cousin, face scrunched up.
That's nice, but why can't you just take us to Melbourne with you?
My boyfriend, getting a bit annoyed but still patient. Well, we want to spend some time alone together. Plus, we'll be meeting some close friends there. Besides, Mount Abu is a beautiful place. Your kids will love it. Cousin, in the annoying Karen tone.
I still don't see why you can't take us to Australia. You're being so selfish. Going on this great trip and sticking your family with a cheap weekend getaway.
Boyfriend's mom. Cousin's name, he's making a very generous offer. Either take it or leave it. Cousin, wearing the expression that morons wear when they think they've had a bright idea.
Oh, I know. Why don't my husband and I go to Mount Abu and you can take our kids to Melbourne?
What?
It's a great idea. The kids can have fun in Melbourne with you two, and my hubby and I can enjoy a peaceful weekend. This way the kids can actually spend some time with their uncle. You never make time for them.
Boyfriend goes, I'm offering for the last time. It's either the weekend in Mount Abu or nothing at all. And why the heck would we ruin our vacation taking care of your kids?
How can you say that? My kids are so well behaved. You'll have so much fun spending time with them. Besides, my husband and I could really use some quiet time together. You and your shy girl turned sassy don't have any responsibilities. You have no idea how hard it is to raise 4 kids. You can afford this trip. I don't see why you won't share with family.
One more word and you're losing my Mount Abu offer. On hearing this, the cousin shut it. We all had dinner together and she was mercifully quiet. They keep spelling quiet wrong. Grammar police. If only her kids had followed her example. You'd think this would be the end of it, but no. We had seriously underestimated her dedication to her Karenness. This morning, cousin showed up to my apartment with kids in tow. I was shocked to see her, of course, and asked if something was wrong. She smiled and said,
I'm just here to drop the kids off. You're leaving tonight, right?
After taking a second to recover from the shock, I asked, did you fall and hit your head on something? We told you we weren't taking your kids with us. What part of that did you not understand? She then tried to convince me that my boyfriend had called her later on and had agreed to take her kids. I knew this was BS and called it as such. Cousin became enraged and asked if I was going to break her kid's heart. Why would I break our promise, and how boyfriend and I could be so cold? I called my boyfriend, and after telling him what was going on, I turned on the speaker. My boyfriend proceeded to chew her out brutally, telling her that he would no longer pay for their weekend getaway and that this is exactly the kind of behavior that had made him cut ties with her. She tried to get a word in, but he wouldn't let her. Cousin took her kids and stormed off. Boyfriend and I are having a laugh over this and are still wondering what made her think that this plan would ever work. Karen literally dropped her kids off. Oh my god. Entitled Mother wants to force me to take her daughter's last name. Hello guys, I've got yet another story from the time I dated my ex-girlfriend. It's yet another story that involves her crazy entitled mother. You know, the one who told me to give her my car and kicked me out of the house and threw a glass bottle at me. This one happened about 2 or 3 weeks after we started dating when my ex wanted me to get to know her mother. Partly because she wanted us to meet and partly because her mother didn't believe I actually exist. But without further ado, let's get to the cast. Entitled Mom, my ex's mother, my ex-girlfriend, and me, Big Dookie, who should have ended the relationship right after the story. So me and my ex drove to the house where X and her family lived at the time. We went upstairs. X looked for her mom while I took a seat on the couch. After a couple minutes, Entitled Mother entered the room without X and saw me. She started yelling,
Who the frick are you and why are you sitting in my living room?
Before I could answer, X showed up and explained to Entitled Mother who I am and why I'm sitting on her couch. Entitled Mother's reaction was,
Oh, so he isn't made up after all.
X looked very embarrassed while Entitled Mother walked in front of me and started to inspect me. After that, the following dialogue happened.
I married last week.
Well, that's nice. Congratulations.
Do you know why I told you that?
No, I don't. Why did you?
I took my husband's last name. My ancestors were aristocrats, part of a very noble society in the old Holy Roman Empire of the German nation.
Basically, the Middle Ages version of Germany.
You have to take my daughter's last name when you marry her so the name gets carried on.
Me a little confused and overrun by that statement. I've been dating your daughter for 3 weeks now. I don't even know if or when I will marry her, and I certainly do not know if I will take her last name or not.
So you don't want to marry her? Why are you even here then?
X goes, Mom, calm down. We've known each other for about a year now, and we just started dating. I don't know if I want to marry him, he doesn't know if he wants to marry me. That's normal.
You might think it's normal, yeah, but you're dating. So you love each other. I guess that should be enough to get married.
X goes, oh, like you and Dad. Getting married at 19, having a child, and getting divorced 3 years later. Yeah, I'm sure that's the ideal way.
Don't dare to use your father against me. You know he is a butthole who isn't capable of raising a child. So I had to leave him.
X goes, I don't know if he's capable of that or not because you don't allow me to meet him. Looking at me, come on, let's go. This whole thing was a bad idea. Entitled Mother, while we're leaving,
Fine, run from your problems. I know your father. It's better for you not to meet him.
X shook her head and we left. Entitled Mother bans me from our shower because her son, my roommate, was a drug addict. Okay, here's the cast. Me, entitled roommate, entitled mom. You know the drill. So this was like 4 years ago, so I'll try to reconstruct it from my memories. So I was 21 years old and started a new low-paying job. I lived still with my parents but was desperate to move out. I met some guy at work, entitled roommate, and he was in the same situation as me. So we figured out that we should move together and save money. Big mistake. His parents were well off but divorced, so his dad sponsored our kitchen. It was an old kitchen for like 200 USD, and entitled roommate and I took like 2 weeks to get it assembled. The flat had 2 bathrooms. One old one from the 50s and 60s, I think, that was very small and had no shower but a tiny bathtub. The second one was very big and new with a nice big shower. We shared both bathrooms. So the 6-month passes and my roommate stopped working and starts studying. But he only went there twice to get money from the state and then stayed home and smoked all day. Sponsored by his parents. I love how he uses the word sponsored like he's a professional.
Yeah, I'm actually a professional smoker.
So I was working 7 days a week. At weekends I drove taxi and he sat at home every day. One day he complained to me that he thinks I am not doing enough in the household. I laughed it off because I was most times only home to sleep and most of the dirt was his. So my roommate went to his frickin' mom at 22. I'm assuming he means 22 years of age. And complained about me that he isn't able to study because of me. So now we come to the entitled mom part. She came to our flat and screamed at me. From her view, I was the reason that her precious son was failing and smoking. I tried to reason with her, but it was impossible. So she decides that I can't use the big bathroom anymore, or else I can't use the kitchen anymore. The freaking kitchen I built. I was dumbfounded and tried my best not to fall into rage. I failed. I was so angry. I told her everything, not screaming, but very loud and clear. That her son is a drug addict and he does nothing, etc. Not to my surprise, she didn't believe a word. So I was banned from the nice bathroom and had to shower, kneeing in the tiny bathtub for the next few months because they locked the big bathroom and hid the keys. I was overworked, had no money, and had to live like a goblin in my own home. I became very depressed the next few months. No happy ending here. Roommate got into rehab because of his drug addiction and I had to move out because I wasn't able to pay the rent alone. He is still a drug addict and doesn't work. Still gets money from his parents and the state. He got into another uni. But I'm doing much better at the moment. Jeez. Being locked out of a bathroom in your own house? Karen, come on. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you did, smash that like button as it would really help me out. Subscribe to my channel so you can stay up to date with my latest videos. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.